The atmosphere at the KSPO Dome in Seoul was completely different from any other concert ZEROS had experienced before. From the moment the lights dimmed and the stage lit up, everyone in the arena knew that this was not just another performance. This was the beginning of the end of an era. After 2 years and 6 months together, the 9 members of ZEROBASEONE stood on stage, knowing that these concerts would be the final time they would promote as a complete group. For fans who have followed ZEROBASEONE since the beginning, this moment felt unreal. The group that was created through the survival show Boys Planet captured hearts almost instantly. From their debut under Yuehua Entertainment, the 9 members quickly became one of the most talked about rookie groups in K-pop. Their chemistry, their performances, and their connection with fans made it feel like something special was happening right in front of everyone. But like many project groups in K-pop, their journey was always tied to a limited contract, and now that reality was standing right there on stage. The concert, titled Here and Now Encore, was meant to celebrate everything the group had achieved. For 3 hours, the members performed song after song, revisiting the memories they created with fans. Every stage felt heavier than usual, not because the performances lacked energy, but because everyone knew what these songs represented. Every choreography, every lyric, every moment was part of a story that was coming to a close. As the concert progressed, emotions began to rise. The members smiled, laughed, and interacted with fans, but there was a clear sense that something deeper was happening beneath the surface. The reality was that after this encore finale, ZEROBASEONE would continue with only 5 members. 4 of the members, ZEROBASEONE members Zhang Hao, Ricky, Yujin, and Kim Gyuvin, would be returning to their original agency, Yuehua Entertainment. For fans, this announcement had already been painful, but hearing the members themselves talk about it on stage made everything feel even more real. Toward the end of the concert, the lights softened, and the mood inside the arena shifted. It was time for the members to share their final thoughts. These closing speeches are always emotional in K-pop concerts, but this time it felt like the entire fandom was holding its breath. Zhang Hao was one of the first to speak, and you could hear the emotion in his voice immediately. He revealed that he had watched the content released the day before the concert and couldn't hold back his tears. He said he had been looking forward to the concert for so long, wanting the day to arrive as quickly as possible. But at the same time, he also wished it would start later, because he knew that once it began, it would also mean the end was getting closer. He spoke about how the 9 members had become family over the past 2.5 years. Not just teammates, not just coworkers, but a real family. And that family didn't only include the members themselves. It included ZEROSE1, the fandom that had supported them through every step of their journey. He told fans that when the members say, "We love you forever," those words are not empty. They carry real meaning. He even mentioned lyrics from one of their songs that he loves deeply, lyrics about recognizing someone tomorrow just like today and greeting them again. With those words, he wanted fans to understand that even if their paths separate, the connection will remain. Then Ricky took the microphone, and his message carried a different kind of emotion. He talked about how incredible it is to perform for 3 hours straight for 3 days in a row. Anyone who has attended a K-pop concert knows how physically demanding these performances are. The choreography, the vocals, the energy, it takes everything from the idols. But Ricky admitted something that made the audience both smile and feel emotional at the same time. He said he was actually relieved that they would be performing for 3 days, because it meant they had more time together. At the same time, he confessed that he was scared about what the 3rd and final day would feel like. The thought of that last moment, the final goodbye, was something he didn't even want to imagine yet. So instead of focusing on that ending, he hoped that the remaining time, today, tomorrow, and the final day, would move slowly. He wanted to savor every second. Then came Yujin's turn, and his speech reflected the kind of sincerity that fans have always loved about him. He reminded everyone of something he once said before: never lose what's precious to you just because you become used to it. For him, that message was about the love from ZEROSE1. He explained that he never wanted to take that love for granted. Instead, he always wanted to keep working harder, always doing his best, because the support from fans had been such a powerful force in his life. He said that the love from ZEROSE1 became the driving force that brought him to where he is today. Without it, his journey would not have been the same. But he also acknowledged something that made the moment even more emotional. Some fans attending the concert would only be there for the first day. They wouldn't be able to come on the 2nd or 3rd day. For those fans, this might be their final moment seeing the 9 members together. So he took a moment to greet them properly one more time, introducing himself again as Yujin of ZEROBASEONE and thanking them sincerely. By the time Kim Gyuvin began speaking, the emotions inside the arena had already reached another level. He started by asking the fans a simple question. Did you have fun today? But behind that question was something deeper. He acknowledged that fans were hurt and upset by the recent news about the group's reorganization. He said he believed that the pain fans felt from the news was probably almost equal to the happiness they experienced while supporting the group. That thought had been weighing heavily on his mind. Instead of trying to give fans the correct answer or the perfect reassurance, Gyuvin said he simply wanted to become someone who could speak directly to their hearts, someone who could share honest feelings rather than carefully prepared words. He asked fans if he had succeeded in doing that. Then he made a promise that as long as he stood on that stage, under the light pot, he would remain the same person. He would keep his word and stay true to himself. He also shared that there was a particular song he wanted to sing for the fans, asking them to listen carefully to the lyrics. And finally, he thanked ZEROBASEONE for protecting all 9 members throughout their journey together. As the speeches ended, it became clear that this concert was more than just a musical performance. It was a moment of reflection. A moment where both the members and the fans could look back on everything they had experienced together. 2 years and 6 months might sound short in the real world, but in the fast-moving universe of K-pop, that time was filled with countless memories. Debut stages, award shows, world tours, viral performances, and millions of fans joining the fandom. For ZEROBASEONE will always be 9. Even though the group structure will change, the story of these 9 members will always remain one of the most memorable journeys created by a survival show generation. And as the final days of the Here and Now Encore concerts continue, fans around the world are watching closely, sharing emotional messages online, and celebrating every last moment of the 9 members standing together on that stage. Because sometimes the most powerful part of a journey is not just how it begins, but how it ends. With gratitude, memories, and the promise that the bond between idols and fans will continue long after the final curtain falls. And for ZEROBASEONE, this goodbye doesn't erase the past. It simply turns the page to the next chapter of the story. And honestly, moments like this remind us why K-pop can be so powerful. It's not just about the music, the performances, or the charts. It's about the people, the memories, and the connections that are built along the way. For 2 years and 6 months, ZEROBASEONE didn't just perform on stage. They built a story together. A story that started with dreams, nervous auditions, and intense competition on Boys Planet, and turned into one of the most memorable rookie journeys in recent K-pop history. 9 trainees from different places came together and somehow became a family. And now, even though the path is changing, that story will always remain. Members like Zhang Hao, Ricky, Han Yujin, and Kim Gyuvin may be returning to Yuehua Entertainment, but the memories they created with the group and with ZEROSE will never disappear. Because for fans, ZEROBASEONE will always be 9. And maybe that's the real message behind this concert. Not just goodbye, but thank you. Thank you for the laughter, the stages, the songs, and the moments that fans will replay again and again for years to come. But now I want to hear from you, ZEROSE. How did you feel watching this emotional concert? Do you think ZEROBASEONE should have stayed as 9 members? And which moment from their journey will you never forget? Let's talk about it in the comments. And if you love staying updated with the biggest K-pop news, emotional idol moments, and everything happening in the K-drama and K-pop world, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. This is Daebak Daily, and I'll see you in the next story.